Councillor Wood. Councillor Lee.
Not in detail, but in principle, I would agree with Councillor Wood about bang for our buck and performance, but that is not the thrust of my question, Madam Chair. I just want to go through the figures on group staff changes, because there does seem to be some confusion out there, and it's not helped by different figures being presented at different times. So just looking at the page on group staff changes, are we saying here that staff costs for the council, for the core council, are down by 5 million over the previous year? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. But the staff have increased by 14 over the same time. Is that right?
Yeah, look, no, through the chair, look, technically it's a point in time, the staff numbers. So what we can tell you is at 30 June 15.
All I'm going by is these figures. So
yes, that's what they're explaining. So at 30th of June 2016, there were 14 more FTEs than there were at 30 June 2015.
Okay, I understand that.
It doesn't mean there were 14 more throughout the entire year.
Okay.
It's ups and downs, so one's a point in time, whereas, as you said, we have spent $5 million less on staff
$5 million,
costs over the year.
Which would be interesting, which raises more questions, but I won't follow that up now. Overall, the group has FTEs have increased over the year by 192.
Yes, year on
which
year.
Would more or less be an average over the last 6 years.
Average over the last 6 years, no, it's less than it was last year. And there was more substantial in the first couple of years because we were significantly under-resourced and we were using more external resources in the early years.
Okay. But what puzzles me is the group total for 2016 of 9,870, because previously figures of 11,000 had been talked about, and I wrote an article about the council debt and asset ratio earlier this year, and then a message came from management about a bond offer and urged councillors to be very careful in what they said or wrote. So I contacted the Chief Executive's office and said, is this okay to mention this, and are these figures exactly right? And I got a new set of figures. They were more or less, but the FTEs for the group was given to me as 11,380. So I'm kind of puzzled how we went from that down to 9,870. It doesn't.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. If I can clarify that, it's a good question. Thank you. Which is the difference between headcount versus FTEs. So the headcount at 30th of June 2015 was 11,380. That was the total number of people being paid by the council group through its payroll systems. Now, some of those people, and as you can see, the ratio between 11,300 and what is 9,000. A lot of those people are part-timers. They're fixed-termers. They're doing, as I mentioned, the example before was people that are doing 4 aerobics classes, 1 hour each a week. So it's a 4 hours as opposed to a 40-hour equivalent. So what you've got here is the full-time equivalents are converting them all to an equivalent person doing 40 hours a week in council. The headcount number you were given was literally the total number of people on the payroll. Fixed term, permanents, casuals, all sorts.
I thought the term FTE was used, but we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Councillor Penrose.
Yeah, again, Madam Chair, without really litigating what I said before, through the organisation over the last 12 months, we've lost, give or take, about 1,100 staff for a vast number of reasons. But for those who attended the last Audit and Risk Committee, I think it's the usual 5 that turn up to it, and I'm on that committee. We had a good discussion about this, and I raised a question about FTEs, and Councillor Lee might be aware, but the biggest impact was on AT, and because of the CRL and some other big transport projects where we've had the uptake in staff.
Thank you.
Can I add something more to that, Madam Chair? And
Councillor Lee.
management may be interested in this. I was contacted by a person who claimed that a large number of Auckland Transport staff were not actually employed by Auckland Transport but employed by a recruitment company, which is okay. But the point being made was the recruitment company takes in about $120 an hour for each of these people, but the people are paid substantially less than that, and I think it would be useful for our finance people. I'll be taking this further, but it will be useful for our finance people to check that out, because if we if our CCOs are increasing in numbers like that, but also increasing significantly in the staff costs, that may be an explanation, but it does need to be. It doesn't seem to me a very efficient way to use ratepayers' money if you're going to employ staff.
Councillor Lee, with respect, that's hearsay, and maybe you should take it up, but that's nothing to do with this report. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Carried. We will take a 5-minute break.
How long for, Chair?